Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight. Hold on a minute. Yeah, we are waiting on a special guest. You guys have actually heard a whole lot about, and we have been talking about getting him on one of the training hangouts. You actually got the privilege of meeting Mr. Dennis DeVoren and another one of the $1 Million Earners, Mr. Jason Sim. Well, this young 21-year-old gentleman, yes, he just turned 21 in January, so he was 20 years old, is very fast on his way, I think, in maybe becoming the next millionaire with I2G. Juan Nolasco works with his family out in San Jose. He messaged me that he's going to be running a little bit late because he's finishing up with a highly important three-way call. And, he just had a fantastic meeting. Richard was down there and Rick Mikey, and they filled the house. I'm not sure how many people were down there. I know that we had one of our guests came down from San Francisco with like 5 guests, and they were like blown away by the people in the room. And so anyway, while we wait on Juan, we will talk just a little bit about this upcoming event in LA. I know a lot of you guys are planning on coming down. We are very excited. We're getting 50 VIP seats, and I know that Nilo has got 16 guests. We're looking forward to seeing Joanne, Beeler, and Smiley, and we've got like a whole crew that's coming down. So I think you guys are going to be very, very excited by what you see there. Richard and Susan are going to talk about the music product on the call after this. Richard will touch on it a little bit here after we bring Juan on. And this music product is going to, go viral in the next 30 days after the launch. It's way, way, way more than just a music product. And so it's very, very exciting. Richard, why don't you, while we're waiting on Juan, why don't you talk a little bit about this music platform? Because Susan had the privilege of getting a chance to take a sneak peek at it. I know you've been like bouncing off the walls excited about it. You have to unmute your, hold on, you got to unmute. Yeah, Richard, you have to unmute yourself, the top right little arrow. There you go.
There you go. Is that better?
There you go.
Now I got to get the camera back. Okay, can you hear me now?
We do.
Okay, yeah, I was just going to say, I'm not sure it was a privilege to see the technology or not. I like seeing technology, but right now we have one goal and one goal in mind, Faraday. You know that. You just talked about it with Nilo. We have 16 people going on. We have 14 guests. We need to fill the seats. What I see is going to happen next week is exhibition season's over. We've set record amount of income. Record. And I still believe this was the exhibition season because what we're about to announce is for the masses. And I've always said in my whole career, and so have you, Faraday, and so has Dave, and that if you cater to the masses, you're going to end up living and dining with the classes. And this product is for everyone. No matter what income level you are, it don't matter what you are, and it's going to go viral. I liken it to, and I'm going to say this tonight on the call, it's like giving you a free Super Bowl ad commercial, which is the most, most expensive ad because it's the most, people watch that, like, in record numbers. They love the ads. It's like getting a free Super Bowl ad and then paying us for every response we get to the ad. It's unbelievable the amount of exposure we're going to get. I'm excited about it. I think it's going to take our business to another level. and allow everyone to get involved, not just people who see the online side or see the gaming side or the technology side, but everyone, because you are going to be able to make money in multiple new ways. And I don't mean one or two new ways. I mean many new ways that you haven't been until this announcement. So I don't know what else I can say except for you need to get there to the event if possible. You get in the middle of that action. You're going to be so excited because really, if you look what Dave, Farah, Susan, and I have done, Jason Sim, Dennis DeVorn, any of the top earners in this company, we have belief. We have unwavering belief. People call us and bribe us or try to bribe us to go to another deal. We don't even care. We don't think about it. Actually, sometimes I'm quite rude, actually, because I'm so focused. But that's because I have unwavering belief. And getting to this event will be unwavering belief. So really, if you can, get yourselves to the event if possible. If you can't get yourself to the event, stay close to all the conference calls that will be going on post the event, Google Hangouts post to the event, so on and so forth, so you can get the fever. Because we're going on events after event after event, almost every Saturday, almost every Saturday for the rest of March, except the very first Saturday after. There'll be a Super Saturday somewhere in the United States, believe it or not, not around the world, but around the United States. So we're looking forward to explosive growth. I said this, we're looking at 9,000 to 10,000 distributors in the company, and I'm very happy to say that we've got about 9, Dave, Farah, Susan, and I. So I'm happy for the other legs that have a few people. But we're having 9,000 to 10,000 people, and we're most of them in this leg. And I believe our team, I don't know what the rest of the company will be, I predicted this. By the end of June, we'll have 40,000 distributors in our downline. That means we're going to grow by over 30,000 people in the next, well, I guess 120 days, maybe 3 to 4 months. So guys, it's about time. Take a position. I just had a meeting this morning, got 2 high rollers and an emperor in for a gentleman named Beverly in our group. Had a great meeting with him and his guests, and it was just very exciting. Timing is, and they're all going. All 5 people, by the way, in San Francisco are going. This is just a game changer. And, you know, I remember somebody one time said to me, go to an event in Phoenix. I didn't have the money back 20-something years ago. And Faraday knows it because her and I met in that company. And they said, go to the event, and I really couldn't. And I ended up staying like at a, travel lodge, not at the main hotel. That's what I could afford. That's what my budget, I had to, drive to the event and go back to the, $29, $49 travel lodge. And that's okay. But you know what it did? I got me unwavering belief and took me to a level where I can actually do the business and become successful. That's what this is going to do. So let's just, let me repeat one more time, and then I'll give it back to Faraday. Record-breaking incomes have been made with a company that's real, not a fake profit-sharing company. Record-breaking incomes have been made. Fast income, $3 million earners, and by the way, Juan thinks he's going to be the first diamond too. With that being said, that was the exhibition season. I'll repeat, the regular season starts, not the playoffs, but the regular season starts March 1st. So we just practiced and made ridiculous money. Guys, I'm telling you, whatever you need to do, get your laser focused. We're only going to be, and I'm just, Charity, I can't speak for everyone, but we don't have time to work with the ones who don't want to go. I'm not convincing. I'm not working. You want to go, we'll work with you. Just like today, I went to a meeting, and I did a meeting at 11 a.m. We'll work with you. If you're ready to go, we're ready to go. Juan's ready to go. Juan has unwavering belief. Everyone who has unwavering belief and can make a decision are making money. And those who have questions and comments and concerns, I'll help you as best I can, but I'm going to just be honest with you. We're about to go through more momentum than we did, and we've never made this much money in our life. And to think that we just came through exhibition and practice, and we're about ready to start the real game, guys, I don't know what else to say, but I'm going to tell you this, as I told a lot of people. At midnight, March 2nd, just about the time Dave and Farah hit the plane to come home, I'm going broke. I'm going to act like Monday, March 3rd, I need to make my rent. I can't make my car payment. I'm going to lose my get kicked out. I'm going to recruit and I'm going to work with everyone like I'm broke. I mean, so I'm really saying this. That's how much I believe in this, that if this was not an opportunity, from Monday on, I could duplicate and much greater than what we did in the exhibition season. So it's time to focus. It's time to get to work, and I look forward to giving all of you as much enthusiasm as I can. Back to you, Farah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Richard. And, Richard covered on some things that we really covered last week in promoting the event, and that's so important about building your belief system. And you know, and by the way, Juan just messaged me. He is done with his call. He's actually trying to get on right now. So just like Dennis and Jason, you know, we got first time hangout, old school marketers, you know, and so he's trying. I think he might have just got on. Fantastic. Yay, I think that's Juan joining us. Juan, you know what? This is so exciting for me to have Juan on the call here tonight. And Juan, one of the reasons is because, obviously because of his age. I can think back when I was his age, and I wasn't even in network marketing yet, but when I did, I had 5 years of failure before my first finally first ever success. And to think about being just 21 years old, on his way to a millionaire with I2G, working with his family, and he's so impressive for his age because he's the most professional gentleman you've ever met. As a matter of fact, I was shocked when I met him. I was shocked to find out he was only 20 because he is mature beyond his years. And so you guys have been wanting to know this. If you come to California, you're going to get to meet Juan, and he's got 50 VIP tickets because he certainly knows the power of events. So Juan, are you there? I don't see your camera anymore.
Oh, that's because I was turning the lights a little higher.
Oh, okay, okay. Showtime. Yes, he's showman. Well, Juan, let me start out and ask you the question that everybody is dying to know. Well, first of all, why don't you share a little bit about your story, because it's so incredible, and then maybe share with everybody how this has been possible, how you've worked this business, and how you've got to where you are today.
Well, first of all, good afternoon, everybody. You know what? One of the main things I want to share to you guys is many people think I probably came from a rich family, or I came from an area where it was all easy or whatnot. I hear many different kinds of stories. Well, let me share with you something. We had it probably as difficult as anybody here, or probably even worse. We used to be involved in the recycling business, in which it was not very easy. We used to carry motors, transmissions, very heavy stuff. It was the recycling industry, so it was very difficult for us. Now, we reached a reaching point in which we had a really low time in our lives, which was December 2012. I never remember those days where we had it very difficult, where the water was not to the point where it was up to our nose where we couldn't breathe. The water was up to our head, where we were literally feeling the pressure of the water pressing down on us because of the difficult situation we were in. I remember at that time they were giving us a lot of pink slips. I don't know what color you guys have it, but for us it was pink slips, in which it was telling us that they were literally going to cut our gas, electricity, everything, but pretty much December 20th. So it was very difficult. I remember that at that time my sister called to the people that were managing that stuff, and she's like, you know what, can you guys please just give us a little bit more time so we can actually pay for the gas, we can pay for the electricity, we can pay for all this stuff. And that's how it actually was for us, until we discovered that we can make it big in network marketing, and that's when we started working. Now, when we got involved with I2G, it was one of the best opportunities of our lives, because I remember when one of my mentors told me, Juan, if you can ever find something that is in the entertainment industry, it is guaranteed you're going to make it big. I mean, there is no way you can't make it big. First of all, it's the opportunity. Ground floor opportunity, I2G. That in itself is having half of the work done. Now, what has been one of our key success ways to actually make it big in this company? And not only in this company, but in other companies. What has been one of our keys? The key has been assisting and promoting events. I don't know how much I have to emphasize this on assisting and promoting events. Many people think that there's this magic, there's like this miracle that you have to do in order to succeed. But in reality, the key is assisting and promoting events. Now, why do I say this? Because in my years of network marketing, I have been involved since I was 16 years old. I have seen many people with great talents make very little money. But at the same time, I have seen many people with very little talent that have made a lot of money. And I realized that their main technique, the main secret that these people do is assisting and promoting events. You don't have to be the most talented person at giving presentations. You don't have to be talented in anything, as long as you know the key factor to success is assisting and promoting events. If you guys understand what I'm telling you and actually apply this, trust me, your success is almost guaranteed. Now, I don't know if you had any other questions, Faraday? You're still on mute.
Yeah, Dave said, okay, I'm going to ask a few more questions, and then Dave says he's like, you know, what is it where you, it's so funny, I'm known for not remembering the sayings that I want to say. He's something at the bit to ask you some more questions. But Juan, so let me ask you, so you work with your family.
Correct.
And now, so the main thing that you have done, like as opposed to an event like a hangout like we do, right. Your events are more like live events. And are you doing the presenting at these events? And maybe you could share with the people, what is your main method of promoting the events?
My main method is pretty much, I would say, like 3 steps. Now, what I mostly like to use is creating the importance of the event. I create the urgency of the event, and I give it value. So that in itself is what pretty much makes the events get very big. Because some people, what they like to do is just be like, oh, you know what, you should come to the event. Or, you know what, buddy, you know, they don't give importance to the event, so therefore people don't come to the events. Now, I also like the part where you put a value to the event. So when you actually put value to something, people actually value that thing that you're offering them. And at the same time, when you actually give them urgency, you know what, it doesn't have to be exactly true, even though we know it's true. You'd be like, you know what, guys, the event is literally almost sold out. You have to be in, or you're going to miss this out, you know? This is what I do, and literally, this is what helped us get that event packed. What we did in San Jose. I was giving Rick Mike lower numbers, and then I surprised him with a much bigger number.
How many people did you end up having total at the event? I heard people like just piled. They can't even get in the door. It was so crowded.
Well, it was so crowded that Rick thought the event hadn't started. He's like, oh, the people are probably barely getting in. And then when he gets inside, then the whole thing is packed as well.
Wow, that's incredible.
People,
how many people do you have coming to the LA Anaheim event?
You know what, right now I'm barely doing conference calls. I'm barely creating the urgency with people. So right now, for now, I know there's going to be 100. But, you know, from here to there, it's going to be a lot more.
Okay. And you know what? I'm going to let Dave ask a few questions. But you know what I want you guys to definitely take out of this, what Juan told you, is that he is not leaving it to chance. He is piling as many people at this event as possible. And that is the same thing that all of the top earners, all the $1 million earners, everybody is doing, is promoting for the next event. In this case, you know, the live event. And Dave, why don't you come on and ask Juan some questions? I know you're dying to ask.
Well, actually, I really want to promote a little bit on Juan first. Mucho respect, Juan, as I've always said with you. You're awesome, brother. You and your family are just unbelievable at what you do. And the team here that we're training tonight has heard us talk about you way more than you would even ever imagine. This gentleman's 20 years old. I'll never forget it. I walked into the courtyard, and I said to Richard, I said, "Who's that?" And I pointed to this young gentleman. And he had commanded respect from about 40 individuals that had drove from San Jose down. and I couldn't understand a word they said. But what I did know is there wasn't a soul moving, and they were so entranced with everything that this man did. I watched him come back to the next event, and I believe he had closer to 70 people at the last event. I believe that Juan will overdo what he says at this event, more so than ever. I've never seen a family so tight-knit. And Juan, I have the utmost respect for you. You know that. I've never seen, I would give anything to have 5 more Juans. 1 more Juan, okay? 21 years old. I've never seen a guy with so much respect. I just have a total respect for you, my brother. And I love it that you promote events, because events is the key. And you guys always hear us promote the events, and it's funny because that's what my mentor taught me. And Juan, you're absolutely right. They don't have to be the best speaker. They don't have to be the best presenter. Long as you can get them there, you win, and you win the job. Now, Juan, with I2G, you said a couple key things, okay, with the entertainment business that really got you excited. You know, you haven't ever, I know that you're just now getting exposed to our unique, hot, and sexy, what we promote as the webinars, but I know that you do unique, hot, and sexy on a whole different venue of people to people. Can you share that with the team? Because I know that you don't do exactly what we're doing right now, which is awesome. Because guys, I want you to pay attention here. Remember, he just got the check for $90,000 just the other night. And if you saw the little picture I put up, the work boots with his dress shoes. By the way, that picture just gets me, guy, right here, right in the gut, because that's me, construction worker. I know what it's like to earn a couple $100, and I'm never going back. But tell people what you do, Juan, and what you say to them when you're face to face with them. And I know that you want to now start doing what we're doing here with that, but just share with them what you say to somebody and exactly what you say.
Okay, what do I say to people, like in presentation or face to face, or like what?
Just
what kind
to
of
expose them, your bumper pitch, not what you say in a presentation. To get them to come to a presentation, your bumper pitch. Never give them the whole ice cream cone, right? We just gonna give them a taste. What you do to get them here?
Well, it depends on the person, I would have to say. But usually, what I like to say, how would you like to be part of the major trend that's about to happen? Now, I don't have all the information. I can give it to you right now. But if you come to this certain event, I don't guarantee there's going to be enough space. But if you come to this event, I can guarantee you're going to see the full picture. You're going to see the full vision of what I'm about to show you. That's going to create a lot of millionaires this year. That's pretty much the main thing I say. Now, it depends on the person's response how we finish it off, but I never give them too much information. That's one of the mistakes that most people do. They give too much information, everybody's confused, and they won't come to any events.
So you're like I say, never give them the marketing plan, never mention the name of the company, never mention any of that stuff, correct? Say less to go fast, correct?
Exactly. Now, what's one of the best ways to finish off a conversation? Now, what I usually do, you know what, if the person wants to know too much information, I'd be like, you know what, man, I have a couple calls I have to do, or I have a meeting to attend to, or whatnot, some excuse to actually get out of that situation.
Right. Always find an excuse so you can get out of it, and then make them come to you for the bait, correct?
Exactly.
All right. Awesome, my brother. And now I know that you guys work as a whole family unit there. If you wouldn't mind sharing with me, you shared something with me that really got me. And as a matter of fact, just so you know, my little brother's downstairs here. He's down visiting me because he's not near the age of your little brother. Mine's in his 40s, but he's actually watching this with you. And I had told him, I says, well, you know that Juan's got a brother that actually does the business, a younger brother, because you don't have to mention his age, whatever. But you actually have even your brother and your whole family, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. That's just awesome, my brother. It's awesome. Well, look, I'm excited about seeing you here. It's awesome, and you guys just do a great job. And now, guys, he's bringing them down. from San Jose. And how many did you have last time, Juan? Wasn't it about 70 you had down there?
Yeah, it was like 70, almost 80 people.
80 people. Okay, you're awesome, bro. You're awesome. And in your last couple months, with your total time now with I2G, what's your total income now with that roughly? And again, this is just so you can understand. This guy never wanted the light bill ever to go off. He never wanted his sister to have to fend for the gas bill, the electric bill. They didn't ever want to have to worry about food. Am I right around, Juan? Am I right here saying this? And they found a way, and they've never settled for less ever since. And how much have you done here in just the last few months with I2G?
How much have I made?
Yeah, well, I know you just picked up 90. I know. By the way, Richard just shared with us. You want to be the first diamond, dude. You really want to cut up my competition, don't you?
I like good competition.
I love competition.
You know what? I don't really know, because that was only a check. Plus, we also take, from the gift certificates.
Right.
From the gift certificates and whatnot. So I kind of confuse the numbers.
Okay, let me ask you something that was key. Richard mentioned some stuff to me, and that's always close to my heart. And Rick did it when he was at your training, when he was in I2G. And because I always talk about, because it's not about us, it's not about you and me and the big money. It's really about the little guy in the audience that makes the first $500, the first $1,000, the first couple hundred and whatever. You had quite a few of those in San Jose, didn't you? That got passed out a lot of checks here that really made a big difference to those families, didn't it?
Yes, exactly. You know what? One of the main reasons I really don't know how much we make, because our main focus is not how much we make. Our main focus is how much are they going to make, Because that's what makes a difference. And really, when you focus on that, money comes by itself to you. People focus on the wrong things. You need to focus on all the other people that are barely getting started in the industry. If you can make them have results, you can make anybody have results.
Yeah, I know. It always floors me at these events when they give us these checks, because I don't ever tally it up. And people think I do, and I don't. I'm like floored when Rick throws this thing at us, right? And I'm going, really? Because we're just always focused on exactly what you're saying. So that's awesome. Back to you, Farrah. Thanks, Juan. I really appreciate having you on here. Really looking forward to seeing you and your crew there in Anaheim. I know you're going to be packing the house, and it's going to be exciting. And that's what I have for questions as far as for Juan. I want some other areas, Farrah, but go ahead and whatever you have left for Juan.
Well, I think that, guys, it's been a privilege and a pleasure to have Juan with us. I'm going to see what I can do to make him have a more frequent appearances, and maybe see if Juan can jump into the hangout arena with us, because really everything that he says is absolutely what we do. The only difference is his main focus is on live events, and we do the exact same thing with our main focus, the hangouts. So I really have taken in a lot that Juan has said, and he's right on with everything. So Juan, I know that you are like busy around the clock, and you probably have a ton of three-way calls, but we definitely appreciate your time. We'd love you to join us, on some more occasions, and I'm sure everybody will love to hear from you. We're really looking forward to meeting you and your family again in LA this coming week.
Awesome. Well, now I can see why most of you guys are always successful. I can like see that. Like when I talk to successful people, we pretty much all do the same thing, except like one or two things that we do a little bit differently. You know what? I would say that I'm the one that's supposed to be teaching like Faraday how to be doing technology and whatnot, but she's the one that's teaching me how to do the Google Hangouts.
I know, but Juan is such a quick study, and I had a little chat with him today because I know what he's doing with the live events, and I love live events once in a while, but I love sitting here at home all day long and just driving the people to these hangouts and not having to leave the house, not having to put on your hair and hair and makeup. I got to do for the hangouts, obviously, but
Yes.
you know. So Juan, you and me do the exact same thing, and I was like, Juan, you can get so much exposure with the way we do it, and you know, Juan speaks fluent Spanish, where we really need a Spanish-speaking hangout, and he would rock it, just rock it. So I do hope that you'll allow us to work with you, and people would love to be seeing you in internet land, and I think you add real value to the world.
Si se puedo.
Yeah.
Si se puede.
Si se puede.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Anything's possible as long as you set your heart and soul to it.
Yeah, you know what, Alverde, how come Dave doesn't put hair and makeup on?
Hold on now. We're going to get into some more training here. Let's go into this next phase of the training, because this training, and Juan, I really appreciate you, brother. And yeah, I definitely want you on with more on our training. This training is really geared up for a couple different things that are getting ready to happen, guys. And it is events, and this will be a life-changer event, okay? I2G will change on next Saturday. Whether you believe it or not, it's okay. And whether you're in here or not, and that's okay. What Richard says, and what I say, and what Farrah says, and what Juan says, we know. We know it's going to change. Okay? The question is, are you going to change? Because if you don't change, if you're not fed up with your bills the way it is, and you're not fed up with the way you want it to be, and all you can do is complain because you say, oh, they're doing this. What are you doing to do something about? Okay? And, guys, there's people in California I know that live right down the street that probably won't show up. Okay, but yet there's guys like Juan packing them that's coming 8 hours down the road to show up. And yet I've got people flying in across the United States and actually across the world to come down to the event. Okay, so you never know what somebody's going to go do and what they're going to go do. And if you haven't noticed, we do a couple things. We're not going into the same old things that we trained on before, because that's all up in our file section. Now we're fixing and refining the 90-day planners that are only at 45 to 50. There's only one that's over 90 days that I know of, and that's Patricia Pratt, and the rest of them are all in our coming to the event on the 90-day plans. Okay. So I want you to think about that for a minute and think about what that event will do. Now, I want to focus on the event for those that are coming, because my mentor, when he taught me about this, I'll never forget the first event I ever went to. Richard said he had to stay at a travel lodge. I didn't. I traveled in a conversion van, and I was broke. I slept in my conversion van in Dallas at the Harvey Hotel, okay, in my conversion van in the parking lot, and literally went to the pool area to shower, change, and of course that's where I hung out, okay? That was my first exposure. I didn't know anything about a hotel. I barely could afford to stay in a motel, okay, much less the hotel. Hotels are a whole lot nicer, guys, let me tell you. They're really nice. They really are. But when I got started, that's what we did. And I did that over and over, and within I didn't have to do that very long, because I was like Juan. I was not going to settle for that anymore, and I actually got to stay in the hotel. And then it was funny, because as I would get my people, I understood that they were in the same shoes that I was in, not able to afford those rooms. Guys, reach out to people. Bunk up. We'll get you bunked up over there. Don't worry. People are asking me, what's it cost to me? You cut to the meeting. I just ordered more tickets. Okay, we'll get you in the meeting. You get there, and whatever you got to do to sleep, whatever it is you've got to get there, because when you get there, you'll understand what we're talking about. And then when you're there, my mentor taught me this. He said, Dave, when you get to these events, what you got to focus on is really become a sponge, because there's going to be a lot of excitement going on, and it's really easy to get caught up in the moment. He says, but what I want you to understand is when you're at that event is to take it all in. Take it all in. Take in the people that have come, that are so broke they've given up everything, they're coming. And the ones, and watch, and here's what you do. Hang out. Hang out with those people and become a sponge. Get to know Juan. Get to know him and his family. Get to know Richard. Get to know me. Get to know everybody that's coming. All of our group that's here. But more importantly, not just our group. Not just our group. Get all the stories. All of them. Because you can get rich by going to that event because of the information that you're going to grasp while you're there. You will become a sponge. And I never realized this till I was discussing this with my little brother last night, as a matter of fact. Ferry didn't even know that he was with another company with me. And I'll never forget it when we went to our first hotel in New York City. And what happened was, you know, here we were, two hillbillies coming in to New York City. We didn't even know what a valet was, much less got to park a car. You know, and they were in New York City, and we come in with it. We had this bellhop running all these products, but we took in all the stories that went on in that room. And I honestly think that those stories helped me in my career so much that it was unbelievable, because it's the stories that you're going to get. The mothers working from home, the people that earn $500, $300, $1,000, 15, you know, 5,000, 10,000, whatever it is. Grasp it, okay? Because those of you that are coming, this training's mainly with you for here, because you're spending your dough to get there, and I need you to know from the heart, get the most out of it, because if you pay attention to what I'm sharing with you right now, I can promise you this, it'll be worth it. The promise of the future, baby, and it will pay big returns for you. This event's going to be life-changing, shattering for some, and for some it's going to be nothing. I am going to try to do a hangout. I doubt it. The last time we were there it was total KM. I don't know if it's going to work or it won't. I don't want people banging on it that it's going to work, because you've got all week to get people there. And I'm working on some people right now from Florida that need to get there, that I've let off the post, that I've got to personally push to the post, okay? They need to come. But, again, it's up for you. And if you don't like what I'm saying, it's okay. Tune it out. It's okay. But it's like Richard said, we ain't even got started yet. I believe that our 2014 is going to be off at a record pace breaking, starting on right out of the gate, right before we ever leave. On Sunday it will start, because I already know the group that we have coming in, and I want to just get videos and hangouts and all the different stuff started before I ever board the plane. And we always wait for the red eye. Farrah hates it, but I love it because I don't waste the day. It's 3 in the morning Eastern time when we hit the plane, because it's midnight there, 12:30. We work the whole day through, and then when we get back here, it's bright and early in the morning, and we're able to hit it on Monday. Rise and shine, boom, ski, here we go. So, you know, really, really concentrate. Don't let people off that hook on these events that are going down. And here's another thing. Really get hooked into this week's event, because tomorrow's it. Tomorrow's it. We're not going to have an event on Thursday, okay? We'll be flying. We'll be in the air. We won't be available for that event. We'll actually be in the air for that day. So Thursday's it. This is it for you guys. I mean, it's Dusky. Here's the day. Get in. You see what you can do to get there. You know that you can drive the United States in 2.5 days. I've done it. Farrah's done it with me. We've literally got in the car and drove from New Hampshire to California in 3 days. Okay? So there's no excuse The only excuse is your excuse. And if you think the grass is always greener, you go for it. You do whatever you got to go do. But remember, all excuses are equal unless you decide to make the difference. And that's the difference between making $120 a week as a ski lift operator, high school dropout, okay, or changing lives. Bottom line. Period. The end. All right. And with that, we're excited about what's happening coming up in LA. We're excited about everything that's coming on. We're excited about the people becoming accountable in the group. Really proud of you guys in I2Gs that's moving in. Really stepped up the I2G room with the accountability factor. It's really paying off. What I'm more excited about is it's paying off you big dividends. Those that are sticking to it and hadn't done anything else but stuck to it, you notice they're scoring big time. Vince is off. Was he at 40-something people in his group in the last 30 days? It's more than one a day. Okay, I mean, come on. You got all the different people. You just saw 10 people on the panel the other night with it. And so just pay attention. And if it's not working for you, ask yourself why. And then you'll figure it out why. And learn to fend for yourself. Learn to dig for the answers yourself. Okay, learn to find the information yourself. It's in the file section. It's there. Don't always ask. Learn to fish. Learn to fish rather than have somebody give you the fish. Okay, because when they give you the fish, you just keep coming back more. You never learn anything, and you get the same result. So it's all to you. With that, I'm pretty much, I think I've got everything covered I wanted to cover there with that event. We look forward to seeing everybody in LA. More importantly, guys, we got the conference call coming up here at 10 o'clock, and then we have the also where we're going to be discussing the events again, I believe, and then we're going right into on Tuesday we'll be doing our last hangout of the week. It's going to, unless Farrah decides we're going to do one on Wednesday. It's going to be absolute barn burner, and we look forward to seeing everybody in Anaheim. And with that, Farrah, back to you. Thanks.
All right, and you guys, the number for the call at 10 p.m. is posted at the top of the I2G Pros room. It was emailed out to you today also. And we're going to keep this a little bit short tonight because you can load up the call at 10. But I do want to say one thing. We've been able to see, Dewan was talking about transforming lives. I've been in and around this industry for 20 years. Now, I do not believe there is another single company out there that can provide what you've got with I2G. I mean, we are in front of, like Juan said, major trends. Now, we have become, after never being able to accomplish this with any other business or network marketing company in the past, we've become literally 7-figure earners in 6 months. Now, this is not easy in network marketing. Most programs, you will need to work a very, very long time, very, very hard. Now, I'm not telling people they're going to go out and make $1 million in 6 months. I'm telling you that 3 people have, and that should impress upon you that it can be done. And still, it's the 1%. But remember, the 1% at $1 million is a lot better than 1% of the top earners earning $10,000 a month in 6 months' time. That's an incredible number, and that tells you that we've got something nobody else has. And if you don't think our chances, your chances of success are tremendously 1,000% better here with I2G, where you are riding a trend with the online casinos. We're riding a huge trend with the social media. There's going to be all kinds of new enhancements that are going to be announced about the I2G Touch this weekend. And then we're in front of a major music entertainment social media platform unlike anything you've seen. The music is only 20% of what this can do. It is going to go viral. It is going to expand rapidly, and you get to be a part of it. And coming in June, with the things that we're going into with the online gaming and some things that I can't tell you about, all that nobody else has, 100% exclusive, hot, sexy, unique, different, and exclusive major trends. And all you need to do is put your head down and, like Juan said, promote from event to event to event to event. So our next event right now is a 10 p.m. conference call. Get as many folks to it as possible. Tuesday, the next event is the Hangout. Wednesday, the next event is the Hangout. And Friday and Saturday, the big event in the Marriott. Get down there. It's going to be worth it. And so with that being said, I just want you to know from my heart that you can succeed with this. And there's no better chance with any other program out there. You know, just keep the blinders on, move, put the gas on, go straight ahead, and you can't fail. So, Richard, do you have any closing remarks?
No, can I get a ticket to the event? You got me excited. I think I want to go now.
All right, okay. So we've got 50. We'll be happy to buy more than 50 VIP seats, and we'll do a special training. Everybody that shows up will give a special private training for those of you guys that show up. And with that, 10 p.m. call with Richard and Susan. Maybe they'll tell you a little bit more about this music.
For sure. Susan's going to tell some sneak previews, and don't tell Rick, but she for sure will.
Okay, so we'll see you then. We'll see you at 10 p.m. And you guys, until then, we'll see you on the next event. Have a good one.
All right, see you Tuesday in the morning.